starts right now.
We are heading into another night of freezing temperatures, many trying to stay warm as we head into the weekend.
Meteorologist Katie Blake is tracking it all for us. So, Katie, how many more nights like this can we expect?
Oh, well, I've got 2 more overnight freezes in the forecast, and that'll be tonight and then again tomorrow night. In fact, temperatures already falling below freezing north of Highway 90. Here at the airport, we're already down to 30, and we've got some 20s across the hill country. Victoria's already down to 29. Meanwhile, 35 in Pleasanton, 38 in Del Rio. A lot of us will start the day tomorrow in the 20s. So we do anticipate another widespread hard freeze for the area overnight. Hill country, once again, you're looking at the lowest numbers, teens and low 20s. We'll wind up mid 20s around San Antonio and Bexar County, 24 Carrizo Springs, 30 in Cotulla. So a frigid start to the weekend. Each afternoon, though, the next couple of days we warm up a little bit more. There's a whole lot of sunshine heading your way the next few days. We'll talk more about what you can expect this weekend and get a peek at the full forecast in just a little bit. Stephanie.
All right, Katie, thank you. Now, don't forget, warming centers are open tonight throughout Bexar County. On your screen, we're going to show you the 6 locations that are open right now. They're going to be open through noon tomorrow. There are centers on the north and west sides of town, along with Leon Valley and China Grove.
We've seen the dangers that drivers have dealt with as in Kerrville, those icy roads led to 1 death.
The icy roads also stopped traffic for hours on I-10 in Kirk County. And we have seen traffic able to move through that area right now, but some truck drivers say that they're still stalled out. The night team's John Paul Barajas spoke with those drivers. John Paul, give us an idea. How are those roads right now?
Steve, Stephanie, traffic is clear. The roads are clear. Traffic is moving. According to the Kirk County Sheriff's Office, east and westbound lanes are open, and they hope to clear any remaining trucks off the road by noon tomorrow, depending on how things play out overnight. But even with the improved driving conditions, some drivers were still stalled out on the road because of a federal law. That law states that they have to take a mandatory break after a certain amount of time driving consecutively, and this is what they had to say.
Oh man, it's freezing, man, it's cold, man. I don't have no food, man.
Don't have any food? When's the last time you ate?
Yesterday.
It sucks, man. It's freaking cold, and it's gonna start dropping again.
The 2 truckers we spoke with were stuck on I-10 for hours without food or water. One of them closing in on 18 hours, the other already spending an entire day on the interstate. On top of accidents caused by the icy roads, their deliveries faced another delay because of federally mandated breaks.
You can't drive more than 11 hours a day, which is a lot, and you can't be on duty more than 14 hours before federal law requires you to stop driving.
The president of the Texas Truckers Association, John Esparza, explained, after the driving limit is reached, a 10-hour break is required to keep truckers rested and safe, as well as other motorists. Traffic jam ate into their driving limit, and because of electronic logging devices, or ELDs, some were at the mercy of technology.
Well, effectively, the ELD can be tied to the ignition in a way that unless that ELD is resets, it knows it's got a 10-hour block, the ignition may disengage.
But the driver's hours of service law wasn't stopping some who had the option to bypass the electronic lock.
I got an E-log, but if it's an emergency, I'm still gonna take off.
You'll take the violation?
I'd rather get the violation than starve or get frozen.
The only thing stopping Ivan Robles was frozen air brakes that he wasn't able to thaw out, so he ended up ditching his cargo load.
I want to get to town. I want to eat and put some fuel. I'm running on fuel, low on fuel too.
Now, we're told the fine for violating that driving limit law is a couple $100, but officials are already looking into disaster declarations to wipe out any fees that might have happened out here the last few days. In Kerrville, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. Now, even if you weren't stuck in that traffic in Kerrville, you will still want to check on your car, specifically your battery. AAA Texas says freezing temps can cause your battery to lose 1/3 of its power. It takes more battery power to start the engine. If your battery is older than 3 years, have your battery checked out by a professional. It is always best to park your car in a garage if you can to shield your car from the elements, and make sure to turn off your lights, wipers, and the heater before you turn off the engine.
So these frigid temperatures also doing a number on crops. The night team's Patty Santos visits a farmer in St. Hedwig who's especially worried about tonight, the third night of freezing temperatures.
There's no one losing more sleep over the cold weather tonight than produce farmers like Cody Scott.
I don't get a lot of sleep when it's below freezing, but it's worth it to make sure everything's okay.
His alarm will go off several times tonight when he'll go out to check up on his greenhouses. The first-generation farmer says he's much more prepared than last year with generators, propane, and heaters.
The first night kind of sucker punches them, and then it's the next night that can, kill your plant. So tonight's the most important night.
He says last year's winter storm made him a better farmer.
Even the vegetables that we grow out in the field that aren't protected by the greenhouses, we use Agribon. It's a passive way of heating the crops.
Overall, he estimates he produces about 10 acres of seasonal produce in 1 acre of greenhouse farming, which he sells through membership farm boxes to customers. They pay a flat fee, and he provides fresh produce weekly for about 3 months.
So there's a lot of labor of love that goes into what we're growing.
He says last year, those customers helped save his farm. And while he's better prepared, his biggest fear is still losing power.
The cold, is always a very stressful time for us, even with the heating systems.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
New tonight, a father shot and killed after dropping off his child with his mother. Police say the alleged gunman is the mother's new boyfriend. This happened at the city's south side on Flores and Sayers.
And now for a look at some of today's other big headlines. He has ties to San Antonio. Now he's wanted in a murder for hire plot. This guy, the FBI offering a $10,000 reward for. His name, Darren Starr. Investigators say Starr has had several arrests in Bexar and Bandera counties. They also say he lived in Lake Hills, just northwest of San Antonio at the time this murder case began in 2017. Right now, investigators in Alabama say he may have a role in the murder of his former sister-in-law in Alabama. A federal warrant is out for Starr's arrest. Former Vice President Mike Pence taking a firm stand against a false narrative. In a speech today, he said former President Donald Trump's opinion on the 2020 election was un-American.
And I heard this week that President Trump said I had the right to overturn the election. But President Trump is wrong. I had no right to overturn the election. The presidency belongs to the American people and the American people alone.
Pence made his speech to the Conservative Federalist Society in Florida today. He was presiding over the joint session of Congress to certify the presidential election when a mob of Trump supporters created that chaos at the Capitol on January 6th. And after its hiatus last year, the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive coming back to downtown San Antonio in just a few hours, actually. Tomorrow, it's the official kickoff of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. The parade set to begin at 11 a.m. Thousands of people will line the streets, but you can also watch from the comfort of your own home right here on KSAT 12 or stream it via the KSAT app. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Now still ahead on the Nightbeat, we've been in the middle of a big chill, so guess what? Could be the perfect time to think about summer travel. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the myths and the tips when it comes to booking your next trip.
Plus, Bexar County hitting another grim milestone amid this pandemic. What we're now seeing 2 years since this all began.
And it had nothing to do with him, but he still paid the ultimate price. Tonight, we're learning that a San Antonio husband and father was killed while doing something so innocent. You're going to hear from his wife up next. It's on the Nightbeat.
He was apparently just going to the grocery store when he was caught in the crossfire. That's what police are now telling us happened in a chase and a shooting that ended at an apartment complex. Police say a woman driving a car that was being chased by 3 men with long rifles. Officers say that woman turned into a complex on Upland Road as the suspects opened fire. At that very same time, 47-year-old Paul Wilson leaving his own apartment and was shot. Wilson's wife still processing what happened.
He was just trying to go to the store. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm mad at the people that did it.
Wilson died at the scene, leaving behind 4 children and 2 grandchildren. The suspects remain on the run tonight.
Turning now to the pandemic, Bexar County has seen more than 500,000 COVID-19 cases since the start of the pandemic. Today alone, more than 1,600 new cases were confirmed. And now let's take a look at what our local hospitals are dealing with right now. We know that 1,065 COVID-19 patients are in the hospital, 247 are in the ICU, and 118 are on ventilators. You know, we've seen a lot of supply chain issues amid this pandemic, and with Valentine's Day just 10 days away, people in the flower industry are getting kind of nervous.
We are facing rising costs, logistics, transportation, which is part of logistics, shortages.
So that man owns the California Flower Mall. He says that his 35 flower vendors face the same issues as they did last Valentine's Day. Other flower businesses say that they've taken the lessons learned throughout the pandemic, which is basically to adapt. In Washington, D.C., we know that one florist said that he changed his flower design styles based on the flowers and supplies that they can actually access. So here's just some advice. If you plan to have a Valentine's Day bouquet, the Society of American Florists recommends that you order them early. Steve.
Well, good advice. New tonight, it may be the middle of winter, but many of us are ready for a summer vacation, and now might be the best time to book airfare for the summer months if you're looking to score a good deal. Here's ABC's Rena Roy with tips to consider.
Daydreaming about your summer vacation? According to Scott Keyes, founder of Scott's Cheap Flights, it's time to stop dreaming and start booking.
Think about booking your flights the same way you think about buying swimwear. It's going to be most expensive if you buy it during the summer, but you're going to get the best deals on swimsuits if you buy it during the winter. It's the exact same with flights.
By searching in the opposite season, you can find major flight bargains. If you wait until the last minute, you'll pay the price.
I think the cheap last minute flights is something that was a bit of a pandemic anomaly, and in 2022 is going to start to revert back to how it was pre-pandemic.
The idea that you should book your flights at a certain time, like on Tuesday at 1 p.m., is a myth. Keyes explains that airfares are changing by the day, hour, and sometimes by the minute.
The best way to think about it is to think in terms of what I call Goldilocks windows, booking not too early, but also not too late, just right in the middle.
Keyes recommends booking domestic flights 1 to 3 months in advance of travel, and for international flights, 2 to 8 months ahead.
And so that's why right now in the middle of winter, the Goldilocks window for summer travel is actually upon us.
And not just low fares, Keyes says there's another benefit to booking in advance: more joy.
We often make the mistake of thinking about travel as something we only enjoy during that week we're actually on vacation. But if you look at the research, it turns out we actually get as much, if not more, joy in the weeks and months leading up to a trip than we do on the trip itself.
Rena Roy, ABC News.
Yeah, something to look forward to. And speaking of that, we want to give you a live look here.
Looking forward to more freezing weather?
This is true. But hey, this can only inspire us to, start booking our summer trips,
Yeah,
Make
probably.
it nicer out there.
You may feel a little more inspired tomorrow once the sun comes up, because we've got another full day of sunshine tomorrow, and each day it will steadily get a little bit warmer for us. So the thawing out process has begun, but we will have a couple more overnight freezes. So freeze prep is definitely a necessity tonight and then again tomorrow night. 30 at the airport now. Look at North Texas, down to 20 in Abilene, 26 in Lubbock, teens out closer to Big Bend, and a frigid air mass that moved in here is taking over the rest of the country as well. 21 in St. Louis, 2 below in Minneapolis, 17 in Cleveland right now. Even before I put the cold front here on the map, you can probably pick out where it is. It's moving somewhere between Atlanta and Raleigh. Hasn't quite gotten to Orlando just yet. They're in Florida. They are still in the mid 70s, but that cold front is making progress. And yeah, that's the same one that came through late Wednesday night and brought us the wintry weather yesterday. So that storm system is now moving out into the Atlantic Ocean. Moving in right behind that low pressure is an area of surface high pressure, and this will be with us through the weekend, and this contributes to what's going to be just quiet weather for us this weekend. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Surface high pressure systems tend to keep our skies nice and clear. Our wind winds light. Overall, just really pleasant weather here. As we get into later in the day Sunday, we'll start to pull in a few more clouds as that surface high moves off to the east, but still plenty of sunshine as we get into Sunday. Mornings will be cold, though. We're going to go 27 tomorrow morning, so a widespread hard freeze and then another freeze as we get into Sunday morning. 50 Saturday afternoon, getting a touch warmer on Sunday, so we'll still be nice and cool here, but it's going to feel really nice out there with all the sunshine that we'll have the next couple of days. So at the airport, clear skies, 30 degrees, winds northwest at 6 miles per hour. So we're still pulling a little bit of a wind chill. The wind chill numbers were at their lowest early this morning, single digits and teens. So that's a lot better, and winds have really started to relax this evening. Temperatures, another check here for you. 24 in Fredericksburg already, 34 Carrizo Springs, and 31 in Gonzales. I want to point out our dew points, just because I do think as we head into the overnight hours, as our temperatures continue to drop, we're going to start to see some spots where the air temperature is very close to the dew point, and we're also going to start to see winds become light or calm in some spots across the area. That's a setup for some patchy fog development, and I do think we could have some patchy fog out there through early tomorrow morning. And the issue here with fog tomorrow morning is that we're going to be below freezing across the area. So any fog that develops could become freezing fog. And if you're not sure what that is, it's okay, because we don't have to deal with it much. It's basically forms the same way as regular fog, except when temperatures are below zero. And it can create a really light layer of ice, because temperatures are below freezing, on surfaces like cars or railings, stairs, even roadways. Now, I don't think the fog is going to be widespread or long lasting enough that we'll have huge issues with frozen fog in the morning, but we could have some patchy frozen fog. So if you must be out early in the morning, please check in with meteorologist Sarah Spivey on GMSA starting at 6 a.m. She'll have the very latest visibility readings for you if we do have any patchy freezing fog. If any develops, hang around through 8 o'clock, and then things will clear up as we warm up. 41 at lunchtime tomorrow, 50 in the afternoon with plenty of sunshine, light and variable winds, just really nice tomorrow. Keep in mind, though, another freeze tomorrow night into Sunday morning, and then after that, very seasonable, very comfortable next week. Dry weather, though. We could use a little bit more rain, but dry weather and afternoon highs in the 60s. First day of rodeo is looking pretty good.
Yeah, you know, usually this is the rodeo times when it gets really cold, so maybe Mother Nature's a week early or something. I don't know. Thank you, Katie.
I've got 2 words for you, Greg.
Name it.
Go Spurs.
Go Spurs, because they got the redemption they were looking for the last game before they head out on the 8-game rodeo road trip. And a bonus, Zach Collins is finally back. This guy has been out of basketball since 2020, nursing injuries. Welcome back, Zach. And we have lost a legend. Here we go. Spurs welcome back DeJounte Murray, Jakob Poeltl, Doug McDermott tonight as they face the Rockets, who they steamrolled by 30 just 10 days ago. Spurs off to another fast start. Murray to McDermott. Shades of Dr. J in the reverse layup right there. Murray comes up with a steal, another fast break. This time he dishes to Josh Primo, and he slams it down for an 8-point Spurs lead. Primo from the corner now for a 3, and now it is a 13-point lead. Keldon using his big body down low for the bucket and the foul. Rockets turn it over again after that. Murray scoops up a loose ball, gets it to Keldon for the monster jam, but it was only a 3-point Spurs lead at the break. Spurs bury the Rockets in the third. Keldon connects back-to-back threes to push the Spurs lead to 15. Then Zach Collins caps off a 17-5 run with a 3-ball. Collins playing in his first game in 540 days since ankle and foot injuries, and the Spurs are up 19. Murray attacking the paint. Look at the left-handed finish. The Spurs led by as many as 24. It was 97-77 Spurs going into the fourth. Spurs put on a show tonight. Murray the alley-oop to Keldon. Johnson led the silver and black with a season-high 28 points. Spurs had 6 players in double figures. They roll the Rockets again, 131-106. After the game, new Spurs Zach Collins was thrilled to get over his jitters.
Definitely that first half, I still had those emotions. I was a little bit, nervous, and I was a little bit like shocked to be in an NBA game again for so long. I've been sitting on the couch for a long time. So, but second half, it felt at home. All that went away. So I was happy to get that first one in.
So here's a look at the Spurs rodeo road trip. Will begin this coming Wednesday, followed by a game on Friday, Saturday, Monday the 14th, Wednesday the 16th. Then there's that all-star break from the 18th into the 20th. They'll wrap up the rodeo road trip with 3 games, including at Washington on Friday the 25th, followed by a back-to-back game there on the 26th. Wrap it up on February the 28th, the last day of the month, against Memphis. We have sad news to report. We have lost a legend. Longtime St. Mary's basketball coach Buddy Meyer has passed away. Myers was not just the head basketball coach from 1978 to 2005, was also the athletic director from 1980 to 2001, leading the Rattlers to the NAIA National Championship in 1989. Buddy was inducted into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame in 2007. The same year, the court at the Bill Greehey Arena was named after Buddy and Anna Meyer. Following his retirement, Buddy was a frequent visitor to Spurs practices. That's why Pop was asked about his passing tonight.
You got to realize what just a wonderful guy he was, just a sweet, loving man. So, you know, you can only just think about the family and hope that they find some peace as time goes by. You know, they'll support each other. It's a hell of a family, and he'll be missed by a lot of people.
Yes, he will. Herman Buddy Meyer Jr. leaves us at the age of 82.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
For the first time since his surprise early playoff exit and the loss of the San Francisco 49ers, the opening round of the postseason, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott back on the field this week, not suiting up, but as part of filming a commercial for 7-Eleven. Dak decided not to participate in the Pro Bowl after Tom Brady retired. Aaron Rodgers bowed out due to injuries, and he was asked why.
Didn't want to take any more, I guess you can say, hits or just wear on the body. I wanted to, as I said, turn the page, get ready just to start next season.
All right, we also wanted to know about the matchup between quarterbacks in this year's Super Bowl in Los Angeles. The Rams' Matt Stafford in his first Super Bowl appearance ever now in his 13th season in the NFL. And Joe Burrow is now in just his 2nd season with the Cincinnati Bengals.
2 great quarterbacks. Happy for Matt, obviously, just his long career and just being able to get to LA in the first year, get to the Super Bowl. It's incredible. Joe coming off the injury, just how precise and just efficient and just been a top quarterback in this league. He's been excited for both of them, excited for the teams, and something different. And I'm sure everybody would say the same and being excited for the game.
All right, meantime, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, as part of the team's preparation for the NFL Draft in April. They will also include the NFL Combine. One of the biggest problems last season was the offensive line that also led to their monumental problems with penalties. Jerry was asked if coming out of the 49ers' unexpected upset, is he addressing the offensive line, and is it one of his offseason priorities?
That's why we're down here. We're looking for players that have position flex. We're looking for players that can block a zone, can block gaps. We want players that are capable of doing any technique and any offensive line design that our coaches want to do.
In other words, they want someone who is very versatile in that position, and we'll see what they do with their draft pick in the first round. And by the way, Kellen Moore has his 2nd interview at Miami tomorrow. He's one of 2 finalists right now.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Big turnaround there.
Huge.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back after this.
All right, we got a little ice here over the last few days. Check this out. This is Benny, the ice skating dog. The 8-year-old Labrador Retriever in New York Central Park to help raise money for the Animal Vision Foundation. Not his first time on the rink either. Benny has performed at skating events all over the nation to raise funds for charities and help kids with autism.
How cute. Go,
He's even got his own hockey stick there. You see that?
Yeah. That is... You can multitask.
So, sure. Take a little break.
That is so pure.
All right, Katie, I'm just watching the ice right there. All right, we got what? Two more nights of this, right?
Yes, we expect 2 more overnight freezes tonight, tomorrow night. It'll still be cold in the mornings next week, but technically above freezing by a few degrees. Our afternoons next week look great, especially for the start of the rodeo. 66 Thursday with a few extra clouds, guys.
I'm eyeing that 70. Looking good.
That does it for the Nightbeat GMSA at 6 a.m.
Have a wonderful weekend. Good night.